Hello engineering students, this is Dr. Brenzi, and this is a video about the launch safety and launch procedures that we're going to use for our model rockets coming up. What I have here is an aerial view, or a view from the top of the launch site. And what I want to point your attention to first is at the center is the rocket. So this little dot represents the rocket on the launch pad. Very often, or sometimes, you will have a wind that is blowing, and that wind actually dictates where everybody is going to be positioned. If the wind is too strong, we have to unfortunately cancel the launch, but if the wind is acceptable, then we have to adjust ourselves accordingly and where we position ourselves. This area around the rocket itself is what's called the launch area. It has a 15-foot radius, and there are certain times when you can be in the launch area, other times when you cannot be in the launch area, and I will talk about those later on in the video. We need to have people who measure the altitude of the rocket, and the best way to do that is to create a large distance away from the rocket itself. So we have a spotter located down here about 150 meters away, and likewise we have a spotter located in the other direction 150 meters away, and it's their job, it's the job of the spotters to determine the altitude of the rocket, and I'll show you how to do that later on in the video. Everybody who is a spectator is going to be upward of the wind, is going to be upwind. So if the wind is pointing to the right, everybody is going to be on this side. The reason for that is because when the rocket comes down, we don't want to be worried about it coming down on somebody's head if there's a prevailing wind going in one direction. We don't want to be there to be targets in case a parachute doesn't release. So that is a safety precaution. What I want to talk about next is like I said, there are times when we can be in this launch area, and there are other times when we cannot be in the launch area. So there are code words, code phrases we're going to use. The first is launch area open, and when the launch area is open, the people who are working on the rocket itself, so if this is your particular launch, when the launch area is open, you're allowed to go into the launch area and prepare the rocket for flight. Everybody else, if you do not have a direct role in it, you are going to remain outside the launch area. So that is launch area open. There are also going to be times when the launch area is closed, which means the rocket has been prepared and is almost ready for flight. And when that is the case, that the launch area is closed, then everybody is outside of the launch area, that 15-foot circle, including the people who were working on the rocket. So everybody's out of the area. When it's announced that the launch area is hot, what that means is that the safety key has been inserted into the ignition, and a countdown will begin right after that. So when the launch area is hot, that just means that if somebody accidentally presses the button, that means that that rocket is going to go off. Hopefully that will never happen, but it is necessary to make everybody aware that the launch area is hot versus closed. Okay. So remember those three phrases: launch area open, launch area closed, and launch area hot.